Hi there everybody, it's Rob here from Glas Data, and today I'm going to show you how to get started with our alert system. Now I'm going to make several videos on this topic because there's quite a few things that you can do with the alert system, but today it's just about the basics and just how you can set up a simple alert to start notifying you if something's going wrong or perhaps if something's going right. So you'll notice on this account that we have a CO2 sensor set up, and you'll see that it's peaking here at around 2,400 parts per million, and it's currently on around 1,000 parts per million. But I'm going to set up an alert now to let me know when this sensor peaks above 2,000 parts per million. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to navigate to the real-time alerts section. Now this is this little triangle with an exclamation mark in it on the nav bar. So simply click on that and you'll be brought to this screen. Okay, if you haven't created any alerts at all, it'll be completely blank. The first thing you want to do to get started is just hit the Create Alert button. So we're going to do this now, and I'll take you through all the steps you need to set up a basic alert. So when you hit the Create Alert button, you'll be taken to this screen. This is like your alert creator. Now what we're actually going to be doing is setting a kind of like a pipeline, if you like, where we're saying this is the data we want to listen to. These are the conditions that the data has to meet, and these are the actions that we want to take. So you'll notice on the right-hand side of the screen, we have this nodes panel. We've got three different types of nodes. We've got source nodes, we've got condition nodes, and action nodes. And we simply drag and drop these onto the screen, onto the creator here, in order to create our alert. Now, source nodes specify which bit of data we're going to be listening to. Condition nodes specify what the data has to look like before we do anything. And action nodes specify what action is going to be taken when those conditions are met. So there's two source nodes. There's one called a topic source and then an asset source. Now, an asset source is for when you want to listen for a specific asset. So in this case, you listen to a single CO2 sensor. A topic source would mean listen to any CO2 sensor in an entire topic. So you might have 10 sensors attached to your account. They're all pinging CO2 data, and you want to know if any of them goes above 2,000. Now, in this case, I'm going to listen for a specific sensor, so I'm going to drag on the asset source. And you'll notice that when you drag and drop it, you'll get a dialog like this, and it's just asking us a few questions. It's saying, which topic do we want to listen to? So for us, that's the CO2 topic. Which column are we interested in? And in this case, we're interested in the CO2 column, which is just the raw data coming from the sensor. And it's asking us for which asset. So we've got two CO2 sensors attached, and I'm just going to click on the CO2, the asset we just named CO2. You'll notice a few other options here, but I'm going to go over these in a future video. So now that I'm happy with that, I'm just going to click the Create button. And then the next thing I need to do before I can continue is just give this a name. So I'm going to say my CO2 alert. And then I'm just going to hit Save Alert. And now we're good to go. So now we're listening for changes in this CO2 sensor, but we actually want to specify what those changes need to be before we get sent a text message or an email or whatever it is we want to receive. So this is where the condition nodes come in. Now we have got 7 condition nodes, and they're just different parameters. So we've got not equal to, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, like, and then less than or greater than. So we're going to use the greater than or equal to today. So I'm just going to simply drag that onto the screen like that. And again, you get a similar dialog, and it's just asking you for the value which is going to compare with the reading from the sensor. So in this case, I want to say 2,000. And again, there's a few more options here, but I'm going to go over those in a future video. So I'm simply going to hit Create. And now you'll see that we've got this greater than or equal to 2,000. So now we need to link these two together. You'll see we've got a little black message here saying that it's not saved in the database. This is because we haven't actually linked it up yet. So all I need to do is drag from the out little toggle there and drag it to the in toggle in our condition node. And there we go, it's all set up. So now what's happening is that we're listening for changes in that CO2 sensor. We're listening for the CO2 column. And if the value is greater than or equal to 2,000, we're then going to carry on and we're going to do something. And that something is going to be an action node. So we have 3 action nodes. We've got send an email, send a text message, and then configure a downlink payload. Now downlinks I'm going to talk about in a future video, but today I'm just going to go with sending an email. So I'm just going to drag this on as well, get another dialog, and it's just asking for an email address. So I'm going to type in hello@glas-data.com. like so. You can put a custom message if you want, and there's a few more options again. But again, I'm just going to leave it at that for now and hit create. And then again, exactly the same thing. We're just going to link the out from the condition node into the in the action node. And then there's one last step. With any action, we need to verify it. Now this is because we're actually going to be sending messages to people. So we don't want to be sending messages out to wrong email addresses or telephone numbers. So all you have to do is click on the node. You're going to see this screen and just hit the request code button. And then what you'll be, within about 5 minutes or so, you should see a verification code email appear. If you don't see it straight away, just check your junk box, and you can always request a new code if it doesn't come through. Simply copy that code and paste it into here, hit the verify button, and then you'll be good to go. And that's all you need to do. So now every time that this CO2 sensor registers a value greater than or equal to 2000, you'll get a nice email. Thank you very much for watching, and if you want to get to grips with the more complex things that the alert system can do, then check out future videos.